morning, everybody. It is 3:30 Saturday morning, the 17th of October. Smallville episode 4, titled Echo. Oh wow. This one features the return of Toyman. If you remember, in season 8 he tried to get rid of Oliver Queen for Lex Luthor, which was also the same episode that Lex met his demise at the hands of Oliver Queen, but this time around what Oliver did was blame it on Toyman. So in this episode, Toyman is getting his revenge back and is wanting Oliver to actually confess to the murder of Lex Luthor. The other interesting thing about this episode is that Clark is given a new yet temporary ability, the ability to hear other people's thoughts, which was very, very interesting and very, very vital to his training. Obviously, if you've seen the Superman movies, you've read the comics, or you've seen the cartoons, you know that Superman always tries to assess the situation before just going in and saving people. In some ways it's like what Batman would do. So when Jor-El gave Clark this telepathy, or telepathic ability, as it were, because he could hear people's thoughts, it was like basically Jor-El's telling Clark, you need to learn and assess your surroundings, understand how a human behaves before either saving them or stopping them from what they're doing. Because like at the beginning of the episode, what happens is there's a bomb in a factory that belongs to Oliver Queen, and Clark obviously saves the day, but there's like a figure with like a toy head with a bomb strapped to it, and Clark just basically says, don't bother pressing the trigger. What Clark doesn't realise was that the bomb was actually on a timer, so even though he'd stopped the person from setting off the bomb, it was already on a timer. So when he realised it, by the time he had stopped the bomb, it had, he stopped the bomb from going off entirely, but that's when he was then given that ability. So in a way, it's for him. It was for Jor-El to say, look, yes, you're a hero, but you need to understand that humans do have motives that you need to assess and try and realise before saving anybody or stopping a bomb from blowing up or anything like that. So it was very interesting to see that, and it did have shades of the whole Superman thing as well, as I said earlier. The other thing that I actually loved about this episode, the chemistry between Lois and Clark is just getting immensely more interesting now. When Clark was able to hear people's thoughts, he was hearing Lois's thoughts more than anybody else's, and there were some funny, interesting scenes in it. I'm going to try and see if I can get a collection of the clips together and upload it later on, because you see it. If you've seen the film What Women Want with Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Clark hears everything that Lois is saying, and it's like a wake-up call to him. It's like suddenly, whoa, I didn't know she felt this way about me, kind of thing. So obviously past episodes we've seen where the Clark is trying to, in a way, get Lois to notice him, whereas in this episode he now realises to the extent of how much she actually really does notice Clark, and it's a wake-up call for him now. He's like, oh my god, wow, I didn't really know that's how she felt about me, or that's what she sees in me, and all that sort of stuff. So it's getting more and more interesting now between them two. And last week I did a video response titled Why Are You a Lois Fan, a Clark and Lois fan, and this episode pretty much sums it up. The chemistry was there, the conversations that they had, just everything about this episode basically tells Lois and Clark exactly as we know them in the comics and in the movies and in TV series, in the cartoons, whatever you want to say. It's reminiscent as far as I'm concerned, and I think Smallville are going down the right path, as it were, for Lois and Clark. Whatever happens later on in the season, obviously there's going to be obstacles and certain things might happen that we're yet to expect, but so far the Lois and Clark story is going fantastically well, so I can only applaud the producers and writers for all of that. That's brilliant. On a quick side note, Jeff Johns has been putting updates on Twitter tonight, and I'm going to say it right now. He has been on set for the episode titled Society, of which he has written for, and already he's got 2 members of the Justice Society already been cast. Some of you may, if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say next, you're more than welcome to skip past or cover your ears or whatever. But basically, one of the characters, he has teased who it is, a girl who likes stars. So that says it's Stargirl. Whoever the other 2 are, we don't know. All I can tell you is that they have been filming on set today in Canada. Jeff Johns has been present and is loving it. So yeah, he is loving it. That's all I'm going to say. As I say, for episode 4 titled Echo, again, wonderful. That's all I can say. Towards the end of the episode, though, Toyman gets his how should I put it? He gets sort of like a second chance. I'm not going to tell you who gives him that second chance, but you have to watch and find out. Oliver Queen, as I say, this was what the episode was also about. Toyman trying to get Oliver to confess to the murder of Lex Luthor, and again we see Oliver going downhill, drinking a lot. His company is going down the pan as well. Tess, who's obviously now like his business partner since Luthor Corp and Queen Industries sort of merged, is worried about him and wants him to, pick himself up and get back up there and everything. But Lex is like, he's still worried about what he's done, the fact that he's killed Lex, the fact that he's no longer wanting to be the Green Arrow and everything. So everything's playing on his mind. He's under a lot of pressure at the moment. How he's going to get back from this, honestly, I can't say, and I don't know, but I'm sure he'll bounce back eventually. I think that's all I can say on the episode. Next week we see I think it's episode 5. I think it's titled Roulette, where we see the introduction of DC Comics character known as Roulette herself. And I've seen some of the pictures, and I have to admit, Steph Song, who plays Roulette, looking sharpish, darling, looking sharpish. So that's it from me, and I'll see you next week.